That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey,
They're
Rashad.
doing great jobs. All right, cool. Bet. So now that we got that out the way, let's get to the music, man. Let's get to the music. So some of the things that I'm listening to that came out this week. Hold on, give me a second here. I'm gonna share this tab. I got I have my little thing up. If you want to see my recent searches, I have Anicia, Make Me Smile, Kanye, which is Addiction. I was looking up Don Robinson to look up another thing. Don Robinson. I kept looking up Don Robinson. Lil Yachty, Rusty from Tyler, Pink Dreads. I wanted to hear that song. Mexico Draw. I like his song. The song where Tony Snow is in here. So, anyways, but yeah, these are some of the few songs that I'm checking out this week. The songs that I like this week that just released about an hour ago. Lil Sims Free. Lil Sims is back. One of my favorite rappers. I think one of the best rappers in the world, men or women, America or the UK, worldwide. Lil Sims, one of the best in the world, best MCs. She just released Free. I like that joint. It's got a message. It's a nice flow to it and stuff like that. Great bounce back from last week with Saba releasing one of the best rap albums and just pure rap albums in the game, as he always does. Consistent deliverer, always has a message in his music. Same thing with Little Sims, always has soul and always has some content, some weight to her lyrics. That's what I want. See, I'm watching the DDG hitathon and stuff like that, and he's making some bangers like the joint with the baby. I really like. He made two of them, but I like one of them for sure. And he had one that he made before before the streaming week with Bia. They got me messed up. I really like that one too. And I think he made it was one with maybe like Wiz Khalifa that I like this. So you know what I'm saying? It's like 3 or 4 good joints. And DDG is obviously getting better with rapping, like his flows and everything like that. And his metaphors and similes, they're getting more clever and things of that sort. His bars are. The thing with DDG, I feel like to get him to that next level that I know he wants to go to, because he often expressed that he wants to be the biggest rapper in the world. He knows he's the best rapper in the world in his heart. He wants to be the biggest rapper in the world. He wants to be as big as Drake. He wants to be bigger than Drake one day. To get to that point, the content of his music is gonna have to have a little more meaning. It's gonna have to go beyond the surface. And right now he's still at the surface. And it's not like he doesn't have a story. It's like the difference between that makes Drake the way that people like him is like he can describe in a unique way luxurious experiences that he comes across as a rich man and as Drake. The thing that you hear when you listen to Tyler the Creator, he can break down something similar as I went out into my garden and I planted some sunflowers to prepare for the rainy season that we're about to have over here in Seattle. And he makes it sound like the drizzles of the clouds, so the clouds are crying like like he describes it in a way that is like methodical, or like makes it cinematic and everything like that through the imagery of his words. And he can say it in a different way that's like, oh, that's crazy. Storytelling, something that, DDG has stories. He has enough experiences, unique experiences. Like he literally had the world or Americans watch him, and people around the world as well watch him, from vlogging in college and starting off with skits and music videos and parodies and things of that sort in high school, to going to college and having the best grades and showing off his A's, and vlogging him going to college parties, and vlogging him driving to college for the first time, and all of these things, and dropping out of college because he's making more money than professor, and all these people are doubting him, and turning that into a business, moving out to LA, moving his entire family out to LA, dealing with the tragedy of losing his brother. Like he has a story. That's what I'm saying. To go into Sway in the morning and getting the recognition and cosigns from the biggest in the world, meeting Beyonce and Jay-Z, and meeting Drake and playing basketball with him. These are all stories that he can tell in his music. And I feel like he just kind of leaves that surface level to just, I got cars, I got money, I got women. Yeah, mess with me. I'm smoking weed. I'm on the yacht. I'm dancing. Got all this money. And it's like, it could be so much better. And I think that's what's holding him back from getting to that next level. So while he might still have hits, another hit, a hit like I'm Geeking, a hit like Moonwalking in the Calabasas, a hit like Pink Dress, the thing that's holding him back is a lack of substance, and he can go definitely to that next level. Okay, next song, I said Lil Sims Free. Spook featuring Veda, Eat. Spook featuring Veda, Eat. It's like a nice little kind of dance song, you know, kind of shake your hips like you know, TikTok, you know what I'm saying, kind of like a what is it, Lil Uzi vibe or whatever. I just want to rock. I like that. Shout out to Spook. She's been very consistent herself. Kind of underrated. I'm not even gonna lie to you. She had her viral moment with Gold Digger and she really stood out there. But I felt like since then, since her drops haven't been just every week she's dropping a new song, she's kind of become a bit underrated and overlooked within the underground scene, especially within Atlanta and stuff like that. So shout out to Spook. She's still putting out good stuff. And Beta has been on a run, bro, where she's just killing every single week. It seems like she's on somebody else's song or she releases a song of her own or a project of her own so far in 2025. She literally went in 2025 with like, I'm taking over. And I think she was unfortunately dropped by Rock Nation and stuff like that, which kind of sounds like, so she's independent again and she's looking to get signed by another label and stuff like that to get the money to finance the things that she wants to do. Like music videos and stuff. When she was with Rock, her music videos were like top tier and things of that sort. So I know she's looking for that next opportunity with labels, but in the meantime, she's releasing whenever she wants to, and it's a beautiful thing. I really like the Laffy Taffy freestyle that she did on her last EP. And speaking of freestyles, another song that I really like that released this week was Fly J's March Madness freestyle. I think Fly J doing a March Madness freestyle is the thing that makes the most sense in all of music. It just, you know, she's playing in March Madness. She's one of the best players and one of the faces of March Madness. When they're promoting the Sweet 16, they're like, Flaw J, Paige, and Hannah. You know what I'm saying? They're showing their highlights and stuff on the ESPN commercials and stuff like that. And to rap over March Madness, she's also from Atlanta. Like, well, she's not from Atlanta. She's from Georgia. Futures from like Georgia, you know, it just makes sense. It makes too much sense. And to do it right before the Sweet 16, the day of a game that just happens to be a Friday, I think it's chef's kiss. And she snapped on it. So shout out to Fly J. And then she paid homage to Future at the end by doing the Future March Madness Fly. Oh, look, oh man, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. She did it a week after, by the way. She has 6 NIL deals popping in March Madness. She's on all the commercials when you watch women's basketball tournament and everything like that. And then she made a song in collaboration for the music video with Lyrical Lemonade last week on like what it takes. And I'm, oh my gosh, bro. Fly J's doing it different. Like, it's some things, bro, that I noticed that I feel like people just look at and they kind of take it for granted. They gloss over. What Fly J's doing right now is crazy, dude. Like, she's doing the Experian NIL deal where she's you know, forgiving $5 million of debt to Louisiana families and $100,000 more to Louisiana families after every single LSU win in the tournament, right? She's doing that. One of her other deals is with Powerade. So she does the Powerade song. She names drops Powerade, says, I got NIL, I'm not drinking Powerade. So she names drops Powerade the same way that Tyler at the end of his album and Chromacopia shouted out Converse. These are things that you got to peep. People are going to say, you just got to listen. Jack Harlow, he shouts out, I believe he's with Converse too. He's shouting out Converse and stuff like that. Anyways, so she does that. And then the video is done by Lyrical Lemonade, and it's just a fire video because it's shot by Cole Bennett and his team and things of that sort. Then she comes back the next week with our March Madness freestyle. Are you serious? What are we talking about right now? So yeah, shout out Fly J. What she's doing is sensational. So those are the songs that I like this week. Those 3. And 4, if you want to count Beta's song from a couple weeks ago, the Laffy Taffy freestyle. 4. So Lil Sims Free, Spook versus Veda Eat, and Fly J March Madness freestyle. And then if you want to count the Veda Laffy Taffy freestyle, that's the 4th one. Shout outs that I definitely want to give. Another one. If we're gonna do songs from like last week and 2 weeks ago, the Miles Minnick song. The Miles Minnick song with Lecrae. It's a little West Coast joint, you know, kind of like a, you know, collar grabbing, you know what I'm saying, little kind of woe thing. They got a new joint. You make sure you check that out. Miles Minnick and Lecrae is dope. So yeah. And then two songs I want to shout out that necessarily weren't my favorite from the week, but I think it's definitely like worth a shout out because it's kind of like big accomplishments and things of that sort. Thank you, Jordan, for that. Heaven Sent is the name of the song from Miles Minnick and Lecrae that was released a couple weeks ago. They premiered it at Rolling Out Miami a couple weekends ago. And yeah, and then they put it out after that, or they put it out and then they performed it a couple days later. So I really like that joint. But yeah, a couple other songs that I really like. Oh, that I'm proud of because it's an accomplishment, but they're not necessarily my favorites of the week. Is Momo Boyd's American Love Song. She released it with the music video. This is Momo Boyd from, of course, Infinity Song, the sibling group, the black band sibling soft rock sibling group from Detroit. Got popping in New York, signed to Rock Nation. They also have their older sister who's now solo herself, but the rest of the band has stayed together. And now Momo has stepped out with her own solo single. I assume that she's still with the group, Infinity Song and everything like that. She's still with the band, but she's releasing a single. So the single, just to describe it for you, if you've heard Infinity Song where she kind of has the lead vocals, or if you heard their Fleetwood Mac. That's the name of the band. When you hear their Fleetwood Mac covers and stuff like that, and she's kind of like the leading singer, that's exactly kind of how this track sounds and things of that sort. And she's talking about how love isn't a right, but it's a privilege. And she's just talking about, if I wasn't so American, then I would see love in a different way and things of that sort. And it's a beautiful message, beautiful lyrical content. I think the thing that, honestly, to keep it a bean with you, that spoiled it for me was a music video on her love interest and she's getting married, and I was just like, oh. But yeah, I like it. I rock with it. I rock with it. So salute to her and congratulations to Momo Boy for releasing her first solo single. And I kind of like the fact that it is still in the same realm of the Infinity Song and Momo Boy sound. A lot of people, when they go solo, like I felt like Chloe and Halle, when they first released their solo singles, they sounded nothing like Chloe and Halle. And it's like some people might appreciate that for the kind of like difference and everything, but me, I'm like, nah, you guys make good music together. I like Chloe and Halle. I feel like they make good music, good soulful music, good dancing music, good alternate music. And then you just make something that's just like Chloe went like full like rap and B, and then Halle went full opera singing hall. Is what I'm saying? It was just two high extremes that I just wasn't rocking with. So I'm glad that this is in the same ballpark and the same flavor that I expect when I'm listening to someone from the Boyd family sing. So yeah, shout out to Momo Boyd on that. And then the second one is Anisha's Never Need featuring Glorilla and Caribou. And but this song has a bit of a surprise. It's hosted by DJ Drama. And I'm like, this is the first single off her new joint that's coming up, her new album that's coming up. And hearing DJ Drama's scream all over this song makes me think, is Grady Baby going to be Gangster Grills? I'm like, yo, because she has even announced that Grady Baby is the name of the album. I saw that Grady Baby was the name of the album because she was talking to I think Andre JG over there at, I think he's at like Pitchfork or Rolling Stone, right? What a great hip hop artist. I mean, journalist, by the way, writer and stuff like that. And so yeah, he said, yeah, I talked to her about her upcoming album, Grady Baby, and she hasn't tweeted it or promoted it at all. So I'm like, oh, that must be the name of the album. Anyways, regardless, if Grady Baby is a Gangsta Grills, that's fire. I would love to hear how this song sounds within the flow of the project. Cause like I said, the song by itself, I'm just like, Glorilla, she came as always, bro. She doesn't miss on features. She doesn't miss on verses. I think she's really paranoid from when it got quiet from her a couple of years ago, and people were starting to count her out and was like, we moved on to Sexy Red. She's shown up on every track and every verse since then, and she did the same thing on this one. Caribou, I think Caribou did a solid job. Happy birthday, Caribou, by the way. It's Caribou's 28th birthday. According to Google, she's 28. She won't say how old she is, but happy birthday to K Booski. You are very unique and bringing a new flow and a new tone and just a new style to rap. And I feel like she don't get credit for it because there's a bunch of girls and a bunch of people that want to rap like Caribou now. They came out with the it's like all y'all was talking about this girl a second ago, and now all y'all rapping like her. Someone lying. Someone lying. If y'all don't like her raps, but y'all rapping like her, someone lying somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Caribou for bringing that to the game. A lot of people, they complain about how music doesn't have any innovation or anything different or new. And I felt like her style and her just in general brought that to music and hip hop in particular. So I appreciate that. So yeah, salute to Caribou. But Anicia was just a two, her brand is the laid back, calm and stuff like that. When she performs, it's calm and laid back, and breath control is good, and she can get all the words out and deliver her words the way that she needs to without overperforming and yelling. She does all of that, but this track just felt too calm from Anicia. Like I needed like a little something more. I needed more, some whether it was energy, lyrics, or anything. But when it's just these aren't the words, but it's just kind of the flow with the feel of the song. But like the never need, never need, I never need, never need. Never, like if I feel like I'm falling asleep with you on the track, like I need a little more. You get Lotto on the track, and you gave Lotto one of them ones, right? That you already had in the tuck, and you was like, okay, Lotto, you want to hear something? You want me to sing you something? I'm gonna sing you this one. And you come in, I'm to the grave. I'm a river runner. Like it's the energy is there. The Jetson made another one. The BPM is up, and you matching that energy from Jetson and a homeboy too that be working with Pharrell and all that stuff. I met him at a party he was DJing, right? In the backyard by Georgia Tech where Spook was performing. And so was David X. Shout out to David X as well. And Himward was performing that night. Shout out to Himward. But yeah, man, it was like you brought the energy there and you was hungry. I could tell you was hungry. I don't want you to get too lax with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping, like I said, we ain't heard the full song within the scope of the album. So, I don't want to fully judge it. But right now, I'm like, dog, I don't want to be too comfortable right now. I don't want to be too comfortable. Like I still want that hungry Nini. I want that. I want that energy. I need that energy next time. So yeah, those how I feel about the new music this week. Next up, we
that steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.